Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. It's Wednesday, August the 18th, and these are the charts of the day. Today we're starting off with China Newborn, which fairly recent new issue that came out around 7.5, dropped down under 5, double bottomed, and it finally took off in late July. From around 477, it's reached 955 today, or about doubling in the last 3-4 weeks. But momentum is very strong, as you can see for this chart. Today up another 98 cents or 11.6%. Volume is the heaviest since the IPO day, and it certainly looks like this has more to go. We look for something up around the 11-12 range short term. BSD Medical, BSDM, had an exceptional day today and exploded for 161% on news of a licensing deal, and the stock exploded. As you can see, gapping up for 160 and then running up as high as 358 before settling back. Still up $1.82 on 27 million shares today, by far the biggest in the company's history. Vocaltech, CALL, which we've been featuring recently, has been continuing to motor ahead, ramping up from the mid-teens to the low 30s just in the last couple weeks. Today up another 345, 288,000 shares traded. It's a thin stock, but up another 12%, and it broke out over this recent trading range. Looks like it may be headed into the mid to high 30s at short term. CGA, China Green, agriculture, has broken out of the neckline of a head and shoulders bottoming pattern, inverse head and shoulders. The volume is picking up. The stock surged across the neckline, and today was up another 35 cents, 12.15 at one time reaching 12.5. Volume was solid in the last couple sessions. It looks like the stock wants to go higher. Next target and resistance around 13.15. Another point or so, and then we're looking at something up around 14.5, 15. CMFO had a significant session. Over the course of the last couple of months, it's created a little head and shoulders, broke out last week across the 50-day moving averages. The moving averages are now crossing over and turning up. Stock moved across the declining top line, formed a little mini pennant, and today popped for another 20 cents or 3.3%. But it looks like it's headed to test the 735 area, my near-term target, followed by secondary target at 8.5. EFOI, Energy Focus, has been motoring of late after breaking out of this key lateral price resistance here, which created a price volume thrust. Here, a little consolidation. It's been stair-stepping its way higher, up another 32 cents or 16.24% today. Nearly 500,000 shares. The heaviest volume in months, and this stock looks like it's headed for about the $3 level short term. ENDP, Endo Farm, had a significant price volume surge of 231 today, or at almost 9%. But volume was the heaviest in many, many moons. As far as back as I can go on the chart, it looks like at least a couple, 2.5 years thereabout. You can see that the pattern created over the last couple, 2.5 years, it was a long kind of coiling wedge that was broken recently, and the stock is starting to accelerate here. Long-term resistance in the mid-30s is where I'll set my target. HAUP had a significant day today technically, breaking out late in the session and breaking across 2-month resistance here. Secondary target of 388 is my near-term target. And if that's taken out with any kind of volume, we could reach 485 very quickly. Beyond that, to retest the spike high in May. Jinko Solar, JKS, which we featured recently, broke out of a 5-day pennant, spiked up yesterday, followed through with 275 today, up another 12.6%, and the strongest volume we've seen on this stock since it came public, other than initial day. Maybe spiking up into a top, but we could see some more on that, and I'm looking for a trading range, a target up around 29.30. King Pharma, KG, had a significant price volume surge, which broke out of its basing pattern today. Volume was solid at 8.2 million, up another 9% today. It appears that the next trading target up around 10.75, and then beyond that, 12.5 are my short-term targets. LGL Group, thin but moving strongly. Yesterday had a price volume surge, it broke it out. Today followed through with another $1.54 on light volume, but the stock continues higher. It looks like it could be in the low to mid-20s near term, acting very well here. Nanometrics, which we featured recently, broke out of this beautiful bull pennant yesterday, followed through today, reached up towards 14.18, a few cents above yesterday's high, to a new multi-year high, which just taking it out above this entire range here. We get any kind of follow through, it takes it up above that 14, 15, 18 zone. We can see that stock short term around 16, secondary target around 19. BPO, a member of our Fab 40, up another 21 cents today, but up against key resistance right here. It appears that it wants to break out, and I think we're going to get a move that takes it up into the mid channel, up around 32 short term, secondary target around 36. Rhino is breaking out of a base pattern. You can see the volume spikes on good days, pulling back on low volume. In the last 4 days, we've moved up on heavier volume, up another 58 cents today, nearly 4% on 1.3 million, but it appears that a test of the 17 range may be forthcoming as early as tomorrow. You can see that the break across this line here was a breakout of this wedge pattern, basing type pattern. It's moved back above the declining top line and declining channel. Next trading target up around 19.5. Beyond that, something in the low to mid 20s. China Digital had a significant day as it gapped above its short-term base, ran up 57 cents or 9%, and tested higher levels at 7.15 before backing off. But it moved through the 7.15.25 zone, gets you to 8.15, and that level is a much more significant level as it represents about a year's worth of resistance. Beyond that, looking for a move around 10 and then 12. Those are your targets, and those are your charts of the day. Have a good evening.